Hey, Dr. Sparkle here, and we've actually got a little preview of episode 35, which should be coming out pretty soon. We're going to take a look at the Adventures of Bayou Billy. This is a game you might recall for the NES back in the day. Came out in 1989. It's also a game that a lot of folks don't like because it's just a little on the hard side.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy.
Nice feature there for folks who are literate. So the rich bad guy has kidnapped the girlfriend of hardworking Billy. Sort of a standard plot in many of these beat-em-ups. Though his messages are actually pretty encouraging. Maybe he only kidnapped Annabelle in order to get closer to Billy. If you've played this game before, you know that there are actually some light gun sequences. So the little intros there will tell you if you're using the controller or the light gun. So this is definitely in the style of Technos' Double Dragon and Renegade. You have a punch, a kick, and then sort of a kind of useless flying kick. The manual informs these guys' names are Toulouse L'Attaque. If nothing else, the names in this game are clever. These guys tend to take maybe, 9-10 hits to actually kill the most basic bad guy, so it's a bit tedious compared to something like Double Dragon. Now, as a point of comparison, let's take a look at the Japanese original. This was originally released in 1988 under the name Mad City. Title screen sadly lacking the weird, swirly visual effects. Though it does have this kind of bizarre thing, which I believe is giving you some encouragement to rescue your girlfriend. The game looks the same and controls the same. The main difference is that the difficulty was actually increased quite a bit for the US version. Take a look at these guys. You take them out like in 4 kicks, compared to, over twice that many. It makes a big difference. And there often aren't as many enemies on the screen at the same time in Mad City. You can just really plow right through these guys. Should point out that this game has undoubtedly the funkiest music we've ever heard from any NES game so far. As with so many other Konami games, the music is really great. This part right here was not in the American version. So in Bayou Billy, once you've beaten up the first group of enemies, come to this little bridge. They put like little log bridges across some of the lakes, as opposed to little islands in the Japanese version. Getting attacked by some sort of creature there. The manual calls them crocodiles, but you don't normally have crocodiles in Louisiana. Presumably they're actually alligators. Hard to say. Oh, and you get 3 of these guys in Bayou Billy. In the original Japanese version, there was, 1 or 2 or something? This is taken straight out of Double Dragon, holding the rock above their head and gonna throw it at you. You also get your first weapon here, the ugly stick, as the manual calls it. Now we're back to the Japanese version. Again, you can just take out these guys so quick. You can also pick up, there's a knife you can throw. And you might notice the bullet counter up at the top there, you will actually get guns a little bit later in this level. And other than the beat-em-up sections being changed, everything was made harder in the American version. Like the racing sequences, or the driving sequences, are much longer, and you really have to worry about the time. I mean, playing the Japanese version for the first time, you'll be surprised at how easy it is to get through the driving sequences. We're back to the US version here. You actually have to fight crocodiles, or alligators as it may be, in this part. And what kind of idiot would actually try to punch out an alligator. They must be crocodiles because alligators aren't normally very aggressive. I've actually been to parts of the country like this. My wife's uncle owned an alligator farm. In real life, alligators are not very aggressive. They mostly just lie around as opposed to trying to attack people. So there you have it. If you ever disliked Bayou Billy because it's too brutal, too tedious, and too long, Mad City is kind of a fun little breezy game. And keep an eye out for Chrontendo episode 35, probably in the next few days.